Hi guys, welcome back to the Casual Watch Review channel. We're going a bit fancy this week because I am reviewing a Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso, one of the most famous Jaeger LeCoultre watches I think of all time possibly. This is a gorgeous example of an 18 karat rose gold version that was kindly lent for review from the guys over at Bob's Watches. We'll go into why it's called the Reverso and what that action was originally designed for. Let's flip the camera around and get started. This is just stunning, this watch. I've been dying to get my hands on one of these for a long time. This is the Grand Reverso. Now, before we dive into the review, let's get those all-important measurements sorted. This is the Jaeger LeCoultre Grand Reverso, the Q3732470. Comes in this stunning 18 karat rose gold case. I would say this has a more of a yellow warmth to it instead of a very pink gold look like you do get on some rose gold watches. We have a 30mm case from side to side. With it being a rectangle, it's a 48.5mm lug to lug, 20mm lug width, and a thickness of 10.3mm, which is pretty impressive if you think that this also takes into account the reverse action on the back of the case, which certainly takes up a few of those millimeters, and we'll be going more in detail into this reverse action as we go into the review here. So this particular Reverso features the caliber 976. This is a 19 dual movement with a 48-hour power reserve, and even though this is an automatic sports movement, when it's in this Reverso, it's a manual wind. It also has a jump hour feature, so when you pull the crown out, you can actually advance the time without stopping the watch, which is quite a cool feature. There's no mistaking this has a very Art Deco feel to it. It's much lighter than how I imagine these would be, and the Grand Reverso is the largest in the family of Reversos. If we just action the Reverso action here, or the reversible action, we can see that case back. Now, I believe there was an option to also have a display case back on this model. Press it again, there's a very smooth action to it once you've got the hang of doing it, and it did take me a couple of tries to work it out. Also, you don't want to be too forceful with the watch. Let's just give it a couple of winds to start it up. Again, a very smooth manual action. With the standout part of this watch being that reverse action for me, let's just have a close-up and just show you how this works. So there's a ball bearing on each side, and it flips over, and then you press it and it's firm. Certainly feels very secure once it's in both orientations. So why does the watch have this reverse action? Well, Jaeger conceived the idea behind the Reverso case in the 1930s and then went into production in 1931. Its original design was for polo players, so that when they were playing a match, they would flip the watch round or flip the dial round to the metal side, so that if it was to get hit by the ball or it came into contact with another player, the watch glass or crystal would not be damaged in the process. And this led to that very iconic design. It has an Art Deco style, and here it's paired with that beautiful rose gold rectangular case. Focusing on the dial itself, now this is where this particular model becomes very interesting because the Reversos are known for their very geometric shapes. We have the rectangles, these horizontal lines at the bottom, but this particular version has a circular second track, and I think that's what makes this particular model stand out, because I know Reversos I'd seen in the past had a very rectangular surround to them, and it certainly breaks up the dial with that Art Deco feel where everything is geometric with the exception of the second track, and I quite like that feature on this watch. Now, the strap on this watch is a crocodile skin strap, and it features Jaeger's in-house deployant clasp, and they make this themselves in-house, and again, this is made out of 18 karat rose gold. I'm not brave enough to do a wrist shot on this watch because even though it's pre-owned, the strap is in incredibly good condition, so I don't want to crease it by fastening it. But I will throw up a picture here of an image from Bob's Watches website so you can see it. Just the last thing before we summarize on the back, I think what's unique with this particular watch is both the case back and the reverse side of the dial. Neither of these have been engraved, and I know when I've seen pre-owned Reversos before, it's common to see an engraving on the back of the reverse dial here and also on the back of the watch. And I know certainly when I interviewed David Sheehan, who was the Rolex engraver, a lot of work that he did was actually these Jaeger LeCoultre Reversos, personalizing them, because there is a lot of real estate on the back. Wow, so I guess in summary, overall a very smart looking watch, very striking, a very high quality piece. I don't know whether it's to my personal taste at the moment, but my taste changes with watches all the time. But I'm very grateful to have reviewed this watch. It's certainly a stunner. Just let's talk about price now. So this watch is currently for sale pre-owned for $8,495. Anyway, let's flip the camera back round. So there was my review of the Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso, but let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. As always, I appreciate any comments that I receive. I try and get back to them as quick as possible. If you want to contact me directly, you can contact me on any of these social media links. If this is your first time watching one of my uploads, I would love it if you subscribed and then hit that little bell icon. And if you enjoyed this upload, if you hit that thumbs up, that really helps the channel. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time on the Casual Watch Review channel. Thanks, guys. Bye.